Good morning, everyone, and TGI Friday. It is Julie here with your TipRanks pre-market morning update, where we're bringing you everything you need to know before the market opens. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back and thank you all so much for being here. We're coming to the end of April and the end of a very busy earnings week, and we're not coming out unscathed. Some of these big companies really surprised with their earnings and the stocks took a hit. If you think it's been a particularly rough start to 2022, you're not wrong. I saw an article this morning that said we are ending the 4 worst months in the stock market since 1970. So definitely a tough start to the year. Hopefully things will turn around soon. Now this morning we'll be looking at exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, and the morning's biggest gainers and losers. So let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. We are ending the week with U.S. stock futures in the red. Currently, Dow futures are down 0.48%, S&P 500 futures down 0.85%, and NASDAQ futures down 1.15%. Chinese tech stocks are surging after the country's top policymaking body said they would increase support for the economy. Online retailers like Alibaba and JD.com are up over 10%. Policymakers pledged to help the country meet its 5.5% GDP growth target in a meeting on Friday. Prospects for growth have been clouded by renewed COVID outbreaks that have led to widespread lockdowns in big cities. Shares of Tesla are down over the week as CEO Elon Musk has been selling a handful of shares. As per a form filed with the SEC on Thursday evening, Musk sold 4.4 million shares of Tesla stock worth about $4 billion, presumably to help fund part of his purchase of Twitter. He said on Twitter Thursday evening that he has no plans to sell any more shares. The Tesla stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of over 11%. Now moving over to notable earnings reports. In the pre-market this morning, we're hearing from AbbVie, AstraZeneca, and Bristol Myers Squibb, while the after hours remains quite quiet. Already this morning, we heard from Chevron. Their revenue recorded a big beat and profits soared but did miss expectations. The oil and gas giant reported first quarter profit that rose nearly fourfold. Net income came in at $6.26 billion or $3.22 a share compared to 72 cents per share in a year ago period. Revenue soared over 69% to $54.37 billion, beating the consensus of $51.14 billion. Analysts rate the Chevron stock a moderate buy with an average upside of over 3.5%. We also heard from Exxon. They came out with an earnings miss as the quarter included a charge of $3.4 billion for the company's exit of Russia. Exxon reported adjusted earnings of $2.07 per share, below the forecasts of $2.23 per share. Net earnings in the period were $5.5 billion. Revenue came in at $90.5 billion, higher than the analyst forecast of $82.8 billion. Analysts rate the stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 4.8%. Of course, last night we heard from some very big names, one of those being Amazon, who came out with surprising results. Amazon lost $7.56 per share. Their holding of 158 million shares of Rivian accounted for a $7.6 billion quarterly loss. Their operating income came in at $3.7 billion, which was near the bottom of the company's target range. Wall Street latched on to Amazon's outlook as representing the difficulties ahead. Their stock is currently rated a strong buy with an average upside of 36%. We also heard from Robinhood, who reported a 43% decline in revenue. This would be the company's 5th consecutive quarterly drop. They reported losses per share of 45 cents versus the 36 cents expected, and revenue of $299 million, falling short of the $355 million expected. Analysts currently rate their stock a hold with an average upside of 67%. Coming out with results ahead of analyst expectations was Apple. However, the company did warn of a potential $8 billion hit amid supply constraints. Their earnings per share came in at $1.52 versus $1.43 estimated, and revenue came in at $97.28 billion, ahead of estimates and up over 8.5% year over year. CEO Tim Cook did add that the company was not immune to supply chain challenges. Analysts rate the Apple stock a strong buy with an average upside of 17%. Now let's take a look at which stocks are this morning's biggest gainers and losers. Our biggest gainers this morning are led by the Hub Group, following a positive Q1 earnings report. Under the ticker HUBG, the stock is currently up over 16%. They're followed by Chinese company DD Global under the ticker DIDI. They're up nearly 15% following the news of increased support for the Chinese economy. And Lantheus Holdings under the ticker LNTH, their stock is up over 14% following their Q1 earnings. All of our biggest losers this morning are down following their Q1 earnings report, the biggest loser being Trupanion. Under the ticker TRUP, their stock is down about 14.5%. They're followed by Robinhood under the ticker HOOD. The stock is down 9.8%. And of course, Amazon under the ticker AMZN. Their stock is down 9.5%. So that is going to be everything for Friday's pre-market morning update, getting you up to speed with what you need to know before that opening bell. Make sure you head over to TipRanks TV to check out some of our great exclusive content over there and say hello in the comments while you're at it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back here next time.